Thank you for joining us for the press conference for the Notre Dame women's basketball team. We are joined to the podium by head coach Muffet McGraw and student athletes Lindsay Allen and Brianna Turner. I will turn it over for opening comments by Coach McGraw.
I thought Stanford was the better team today. They played extremely well. I thought McCall was phenomenal. We just didn't have an answer for her in the first half. Defensively, we just couldn't guard them. And I thought we made a nice run in the second half, and then they threw in the bank three almost from half court, and that was pretty much the game. But proud of the way we fought. Our seniors. It's been a great season, a great year, and we've been on the other side of this, and now it's our turn to go home early and work on next year.
And we'll open it up with questions for our student athletes. Please raise your hand and state your name and affiliation.
To Brianna, obviously you came alive in the second half. What were they doing in the first half to kind of hold you in check, and what was the difference for you there in the second half?
I think in the first half I just wasn't aggressive as I needed to be, so in the second half I just tried to come out and be aggressive.
Nick Gray, San Francisco Chronicle. To Brianna, with Erica McCall, what does she bring that you may not have thought you were going to get from her in terms of defending her tonight?
She just was hitting basically all her shots in the first half, and she was really great rebounding. So.
How much difficult is it to defend her when she's hitting those 15-footers where she just doesn't live in the post, so you can stretch you out from outside there?
I just really needed to get a hand. Of course, it was difficult. I needed to get closer to her and make sure I had a hand in her face, no matter how far out she was.
Any other questions for our student athletes?
For Lindsay, I know you have a long streak of close games. Y'all just have a knack for coming out on top in these games. What were you what was going through y'all's mind there in the fourth quarter? Were y'all still thinking y'all had a really good shot even going down? And what was the difference this time that you weren't able to come out on top in a close game?
Yeah, I don't think we ever kind of panic in those situations. We always kind of figure out a way to dig down deep and get some stops and convert and just run our offense. But, I mean, you can't spot a team that kind of shooting percentage in the first half and then expect to kind of dig your way out of that hole in the second half. And it was tougher because they still shot really well in the second half. And so I think it was just us kind of just figuring out a way to dig deep, and we couldn't do that. And they always hit timely threes, just really dagger shots in the fourth quarter that were just hard to overcome.
Any other questions for the student athletes? If not, then ladies, you may be dismissed. Thank you. And we will open it up with questions for the head coach.
Joe Lamy, KCSU Radio, Stanford Radio. Muffet, Brianna, Erica's Erica, but what kind of night did Kaylee Johnson have? Were you expecting that from her at all? And kind of what were your game plan with her once she started getting going?
Yeah, she played really well tonight. I thought she always rebounds pretty well. She shot it probably a little better than she normally would. And I think when you're having a night like this, I think every team has a game in them like this where everything's just going your way and shots are falling and you're getting a big lead. And so, I mean, it's kind of contagious, and I think it infected her as well.
Graham Hayes, ESPN. You mentioned Erica McCall. Was it a stark difference between what you saw from her tonight and the player you saw last year in the Sweet 16?
Oh yeah, we knew that coming in. I mean, we had seen her on film, and she has definitely improved her face-up game. But her release. I mean, she could shoot while she was guarded. She wasn't always wide open. I thought she did a really good job of just mixing up her shots and really moved well without the ball.
How would you assess Brianna's performance tonight?
Yeah, I thought she had a great second half. I mean, she had a double-double. She was, obviously, we were going to her more in the second half. Took a little while to get going, but offense wasn't our problem tonight. It was really defense, and I thought she probably didn't play as well defensively as she normally does.
Well, Coach, congratulations on a great season, a great run, even though you've lost. In this game, you got late in the game, you got within, I think, 2 or 4 points there, and then it got away from you again, 82 to 90, I believe. Describe how it got away at that point.
Yeah, I think Lindsay mentioned it. They'd hit a dagger three. I mean, we were really focusing on finding Samuelson and Lily Thompson, and I think Robeson hit a three from the corner late in the game that really, kind of got us. And then I think Snizek went down with a coast-to-coast layup, and nobody guarded her, and she went right in for a layup, and they got us, I think, 5-0, and that was key. And then the three that Samuelson hit with the shot clock going off, 2 seconds left, just threw it up and banked it in. It was just one of those nights for them. So they just managed to make some big plays. They made their free throws down the stretch. Did everything that they needed to do to win. I think normally you have to have the other team help you out, when you're trying to come back. They got to miss some shots, and we just couldn't get them to miss.
Can you share with us some of the things you said to your girls, to the young women after the game was over back in the locker room?
Just said it's been a great season. Not to put our heads down. Stanford played a great game. They were the better team today. We've had a great season. We've had a nice run, and hopefully that'll motivate us to come back next year. And just so proud of the seniors and what they've done for our team.
Any other questions for the head coach? If not, then the press conference has been concluded. Thank you very much. could please make sure that your cell phone is turned off during the news conference. Also, another reminder that flash photography and video recording is not permitted in the interview room. The locker room will also be open to the media for the next 30 minutes, and if you could please raise your hand and identify your name and affiliation prior to asking a question. Thank you. I got it. Been reminded 12 times. I'm good. Yeah, you are. Here. Thank you for joining us for the press conference for the Stanford women's basketball team. We are joined at the podium by head coach Tara Vanderveer and student athletes Erica McCall, Carly Samuelson, and Kaylee Johnson. We will begin with opening statements from the head coach.
First of all, I think we beat a really, really good team, and I'm really proud of our team, how we came out very focused, and just people really playing hard together. And I think that it just, when we came out and played well right in the beginning, it gave our team confidence, and we just continued to play with that kind of confidence through the rest of the game.
And we will open it up with questions for the student athletes.
Nick Gray, San Francisco Chronicle. Carly, the bank three. In your mind, what were you thinking? What was the situation? And just take us through that whole 4 seconds that seemed to lift you guys there at the end when they were making a run.
I mean, the shot clock was going down, and Bird didn't have a shot. She threw it to me, and there's only 1 second left, so I just threw it up there.
How important was that? I mean, because they were on an 11-3 run.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they get the ball back. If you even, you were 25. I feel like you were 25 feet away from the basket. If you just a little to the right or to the left, it was just a heave, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it was a great 3 points to have and a good time to have it. So yeah.
Erica, you were saying yesterday y'all were kind of calling yourselves the party crashers because you wanted to kind of just crash the party, pull the upset. How confident were y'all going into this game? And just what were your emotions after this game? Were you kind of surprised, or did you kind of know y'all were capable of it?
Yeah, we felt pretty good coming into the game. We had a really great game plan. We watched a lot of video, walked through a lot of their plays, and we really just knew what to do on every situation. We got a shout out to Kate Page. She had a great scout. But yeah, our team felt pretty confident. I think we didn't have the pressure on us, and we just went out there and had fun. That was the biggest thing. You know, whether we were down, whether we were up, we just were always having fun, and I think that really let us play loose. After the game, we were ecstatic. I mean, who wouldn't be? They just beat the #1 seed in their section. But I think we were capable. I don't think we were too surprised. After the game, we were excited, but it wasn't like a big shocker. And I think we're showing the country that Pac-12 basketball is strong.
For either you got all three of you guys. Now you have Washington, a team that you played twice. I don't know if you saw any of the game beforehand. What do you know about them? How do you guys think you match up? Because I believe you split the 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
Start with Erica, I guess.
Yeah, we know they're a great team. They have great role players. They know what they have to do. So we just need to go out there and focus, just like we did for this Notre Dame game. Really buckle down and pay attention to our scout. And I think we should be doing well.
Any other questions for the student athletes? If not, then ladies, you can be dismissed. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And we will open it up with questions for the head coach.
I believe that bank three was out of a timeout, was it not? That possession was out of a timeout? I'm sure that's not what you
Right.
tried to explain to your players. Go through that situation.
Yeah. Well, I think that, up until, great teams are going to make runs. And, Notre Dame was making a run. And I think that might have kind of been a kind of burst their bubble three, just because they were on a big run. It got down to a 3-point game, and, by knocking that shot in. But sometimes, people have done that to us, last-second threes, and Carly is very capable. I thought Bird should have shot it, actually. But, our team was really focused and worked really hard, and I'm just really proud of them. So we're just gonna work hard to get ready for Sunday and play in Washington.
Coach, congratulations on a great run thus far. Oscar Woodall, Haywood Media, WATB Radio. You've seen Washington so many times. Is there anything you can possibly imagine that you might see that you haven't seen that you might need to prepare for? Is anything come to mind at all?
From Washington? Yeah. I think we both know each other pretty well. And I think it'll come down to, I think it should be a really good game just because teams are very familiar with each other. But, I'm sure that everyone will have a little wrinkle. You're going to probably bring some little new wrinkle to the game.
But nothing you can possibly imagine that you might need to prepare for?
My imagination is not working in that direction right now.
All right.
Tara Graham Hayes, ESPNW. Yesterday, you called Erica McCall the most improved player in the nation. Mm-hmm. What caused that improvement? Where did that come from?
Graham, I think, first of all, Erica Bird she is passionate about the game of basketball. And so for her, it's not working on her game. She's having fun. And she's in the gym. I have to throw her out after practice. She's there first. She's working on her shot. She's working on her free throws. She loves the game of basketball. I don't know that, honestly, I've coached any player that loves it more than she does. And then I think her playing on the USA team helped her confidence a lot. And in fact, on that USA team, to have the team win a game, she had to have 2 free throws, and she missed them both. And tonight, you saw her go to the free throw line and make them both. So, I think that her improvement is based on, the work and time that she's put into it, but also because she's so passionate.
What was so good about your guys' space and spacing on offense and passing? Because it seemed, especially in the first half, you're moving the ball around. That seemed to be the key.
Well, I think that all week long, our team watched. First of all, we played against a great team in, I think all the tournament teams. We've played against great competition all season long, but Notre Dame is just a phenomenal passing team, and I think our team watched them and they said, well, we can do that too. And I saw some, for us to have 22 assists, Lily have 9 assists. Marta can usually get assists, but Kale with 2 assists, Bird with 2 assists. I think that they watched some of theirs and they said, we can do it too.
And how do you guys think you faced the challenge of Brianna Turner, especially Johnson?
I thought we did really well. I don't think she scored in the first half. Obviously, she came out, motivated, and I thought there were some real key points in the game where there's some defensive lapses, and that's where Carly got her 3. How many? They made 4 threes. They're a team that we made 11. I think that's a big difference right there. I'm only having 7 turnovers and getting 22 assists. That's a big thing for us right there. Obviously, for the most part, with the exception of Lily, everyone shot over 50%. Not counting Kylie's 1 shot. But it's really. I think people really focused and moved the ball really well.
Number 1 seeds lost tonight. 2 number 7 seeds won tonight. What does that say about where the sport is right now?
Well, I think that for years and years and years we've kind of wanted this. I don't know that the Kentucky fans want this right now, but I think it points to more parity. It points to more quality players and programs, universities, recognizing, wow, this is women's basketball is a great thing and supporting women's basketball at a higher level.
Any other questions for the head coach?
It's only 9 o'clock in California, so I'm not tired, but thank you very much for coming tonight.
Thank you. The press conference is concluded.